in episode 5, and as we were talking about what we wanted to talk about and how the podcast is going, we kind of debriefed and discussed some things, and we've watched this podcast obviously to make sure everything was okay. And something came up. It was we did not like watching ourselves on video. And Michelle like texted me, you're like, oh, blah, 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 blah. More to come on that later. And I was like, I know, blah, 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 blah. And so we said, well, how about episode 5 be about insecurities? So that's what we're going to talk about. And as we are evolving and growing into this, we wanted a little intro. So we have a new intro. Michelle, do you want to share the intro?
Yes. We wanted to honor our dad somehow, and we spoke about him on I think a couple episodes ago. So we just added him to be a part of this journey with us. That's him playing the guitar, and that's the song that he wrote. And we chose that song because it's one of our favorite songs. Growing up, he would play it while we took a bath. He would play it in the bathroom because he liked the acoustics because the bathroom's echoey, and then we're little and he's got a parent has to be in there while you're taking a bath, make sure you don't drown. So he would be in there playing that song, practicing that song, other songs too, but that song was a very nice memory for us, and we wanted to include him in this. So
yes, and so cool, those memories of him playing it in the bath, but he wrote the song, so hearing him like write it and like put it all together, and
that's right. He's piecing it together, figuring it out. It was
incredible
very
musician.
creative.
Hey, Michelle, your necklace looks beautiful on your black shirt, especially when we're talking about Daddy right now. Yes. And I'm not wearing mine. It's actually cleaning day for me. So and we're talking about insecurity. So I said, okay, forget it. This is what I look like when I clean. Like I actually didn't even brush my hair. I did put on lip gloss. And let's talk about confessions, because let's like get into it with insecurities. Michelle, your makeup always looks so beautiful, and you have this beautiful lipstick, and I don't wear dark lipstick, but I feel insecure. Like I feel like I think I need darker lipstick because like you have beautiful lipstick. So this whole conversation about insecurities is, it's vast.
Well, about the lip thing, I hate wearing dark lipstick. I only do it for my husband. Shout out to my husband. He loves the red lipstick, and I don't like it because I don't like my small lips. And I feel like that the red lipstick is for people with nice, luscious lips. And since I have small, skinny lips, I feel like it brings out the smallness of my lips. So, but I wear it as a little wink for him, get him to watch the podcast. But I don't. I normally don't wear red lipstick because of my insecurity of my lips. I mean, I'm getting over it. I could go on with the list of things I'm insecure about. But lately I have looked at myself and just people in general as when you look at trees, you don't sit there and judge the tree because it's has less leaves than the other tree, or the trunk is fatter than the other tree. When you look at trees, you appreciate them for what they are. And I'm trying to do that same concept with people and myself. I am a human being, and I'm in this meat suit, and it's gonna have its things because it's a living organism. And I've learned to just love being alive and not nitpick the little things. And not being on social media really helps too.
Social media is such a big
Yeah,
thing. The
yeah,
influences.
yeah, and it's not real, and you're looking at it knowing it's not real, but you're also looking at it and comparing yourself, and um, it's just not good.
Well, you say it's not real. I mean, there are real things. Like I'm on social media and I post real things and challenges I've had along the way and my journey is so what do you
Do
mean it's
you
not
use
real?
filters?
No,
Filters?
I've never used filters. Absolutely
Okay.
not. Oh, I got a great picture. Actually, a couple years ago, a friend of mine, we were wearing the same outfit at church, and so we took a picture, and she was like, "Hey, I can fix this." And so she like pulled up a app and like fixed some things about her. And I was like, first of all, I don't know. I just don't dabble with that because where do you start and stop? I don't know. But then I was like, oh, can you make my thigh look smaller? And like, and so there's the like, and that was the one we posted. But that's the one and only time I've ever been filtered. I don't use filters. Um,
Not on the Zoom?
okay, that is a filter. No, is that a filter?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
I was trying to do it, and I don't have.
Michelle, sister confession here. Seriously, this episode we are setting up, and I was like, Michelle, we have this. Should I turn off my? It's a touch-up appearance setting. Should I turn it off? And she was like, What? You can do that? And I was like, I've done it every time. So this is me not touched up. Let me look at myself in the camera. Not touched up, regular. And let's go back to the filter. That's funny you said that. Calling me, I'm touching up my
Yeah,
appearance 100%.
yeah. I didn't. I'm on my phone. I'm not on the computer, so I don't. I didn't even know that you could do that, and I tried looking at it, and we're like, we're just wasting time here. Just press play. There's not
Yeah.
much you could do, and then it's all right. I am what I
What
am.
is what it,
But
exactly. That's how I felt when I was getting ready today. Like I kind of wanted to curl my hair and I'm like, I'm cleaning the house. I'm not changing.
yeah,
I'm obviously didn't put on my contacts. Like we're authentic here. And if you and I were just
yeah,
talking on the phone, this is what I would look like. So whatever.
yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
With insecurities, there's the physical, there's a lot of different types of insecurities we could have. Like, of course, personal appearance, um, body image insecurities. It's kind of that's personal appearance, career insecurity, relationship insecurity, motherhood insecurity. Like, there's a lot of different segments
Hmm.
of that I've experienced at different times in my life, I would say. One of the things watching this video was I've probably gained 15 pounds in the past several months with life and everything. And every time I watch it, I'm like, oh my gosh, my face looks so fat. Like I just cringe at it. My
Mm,
facial expressions, I don't talk to myself while I look at myself. So I don't know what I look like when I talk. And I'm like, oh gosh, I'm so like it's been a little bit cringy. But when I tell myself that, like when I'm watching it, it's kind of like, you know what, that's how I am. And, I need to stop that. I need to be grateful and just, I'm not going to go down that road because it's so destructive. Like, why be unhappy with ourselves and nitpick things?
yeah,
We're all unique, we're all different, and enjoy the beauty of that.
that's right. I feel like all of that negative talk, self-talk is starts in our childhood. Because when we're little, you see the little kids not caring. about anything. When I say little kids, I mean really little, toddlers, uh, 2, 3, 4 year olds, 5 year olds, just living life and not caring in a good way, not caring, just being. And and then you see them getting older, 8, 9, 10, and they start comparing themselves to others. And I think a lot of it has to do with um, social acceptance, always wanting to be accepted. You go to school and you start feeling judged all the time. And then because of, when I say judged all the time, I mean, you get picked on, and that kid doesn't know what they're doing.
Right.
I don't think they realize the damage
The
they're doing.
damage.
And I think all that starts from childhood. And then we just start telling ourselves all these negative things. And and it just keeps going and going up to adulthood until you have to mindfully stop it, and not let that record play in your head of all this negative and judgment. And it's judgment, um, to yourself and to others, comparing yourself. And one thing that I have always not liked about myself is my speech, the not being able to communicate what's inside me. I feel like there's so much inside me, and words don't exist to describe what's in my head. And that's why I'm always positive. I feel like I'm translating, I don't know, my soul language that I don't even know what it is into English, and I can never find the words to describe what I'm trying to say. That's why I'm always slow when I'm very careful with the words. And watching these episodes with you, and so we could edit them, I'm just like, ugh, I can't believe I'm doing a podcast where I have to talk about stuff when that's my main thing of like, I'm trying to get the word out there of, I just want to encourage and help people, because it's been so helpful for me, and I can't even get the words out. I'm trying, but it's very frustrating, and to watch I'm just cringing, and then I'm like, how do people even want to be friends with me? I'm annoying myself trying to hear what I'm trying to say. And
Michelle, you're keeping us on the edge of our seat. We're like, what's she gonna say next? What's she gonna say? We're listening. Like whenever you want kids to listen to you, you whisper and you talk quiet so they can so it's actually a very effective tactic. We're like, what's she gonna say? See, think of it like that.
Okay. Yeah, I was in a training a few years ago for program management. And the guy, when I would ask questions, the trainer was like, you're very careful with your words. I said, yeah, I think before I speak. And he was like, everyone should think before they speak, and no one does it, and you're one of a kind. And I was just like, oh, wow. But I'm not thinking of, oh, should I say this or should I say that? I'm trying to find the words to translate of what's in my head. And actually, it's helped me, these podcasts that I listen to, because they're very spiritual. And I have noticed the people, some of the people that are very wise and in tune, they do pause a lot when they're talking, and it doesn't bother me.
Right.
But when I'm hearing myself, it bothers me.
We're our own worst critics.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's for
I
sure.
sighed right now because I felt like I let out this big, huge secret
Oh, sister
for everyone to
confession.
hear.
Everyone. Yeah. It's insecurities is it can ruin your life. It can run your life. Like if you're
Run your
always
life.
worried about certain things. Okay, we'll go on a sister confession role here. I guess it's not really, it's kind of a confession. So, I had a mole on my forehead. You can probably see a scar if my appearance wasn't touched up. There's a scar somewhere here. And so I had a mole, and I think with every pregnancy, it got bigger and bigger. And I hated that about myself. Like it was embarrassing, but I worked it hard mentally. Like I tell myself, that's who I am. Like I can't be insecure about that. I would continually just like negate the negative self talk. And when when my son was like 4 or 5, he asked me if I had a nipple on my forehead, and I said, "Okay, I need to get this removed." I'm not a vain person, and I don't go down that road. But I was like, out of vanity, I need to remove this for son of asked if I had a nipple on my forehead. I was so embarrassed when he asked me.
Well,
So
that mole is hereditary because
hereditary,
I,
yeah,
I have I have that one right here up by my hairline, and I used to part my hair to where I would cover it, but
yeah.
it my hair just doesn't like being parted that way. It always ends up going to the middle, and then it's right there. And yeah, you made me think of my daughter. She's 2, and she touches it and she says "boo boo." I'm like,
Boo
yeah,
boo, yes.
yeah. I'm like, I tell her it's called a mole. It's a mole. Yeah, and then
Oh, I told my kids it was a beauty spot.
oh, okay,
You should,
that's way better.
yeah, it
I
is
should say
beauty
beauty
spot.
mark. I'm like, it's a
Beauty
mole.
mark.
Yeah.
Oh goodness, yeah, we all have things that are well, and I guess there's a couple of things that I'm thinking about this about insecurities. Like, there's one aspect of like just accepting yourself with self love and just accepting, but also what about wanting to do better? Like I fluctuated in weight through the years, and it's like, okay, I can't just feel down on myself about my weight. Like I need to do something about it, yes. But in the meantime, or until I get to that healthy goal weight or whatever, like I need to accept myself, but then you kind of get complacent in that. I have done that before where I'm just like, well, I am how I am, and I'm grateful, and but then I'm too comfortable in that space to strive to do better. Like, does that
That's
make
a good
sense how I'm
point,
saying
Desiree.
that? Yeah, like that
Yes,
balance of like
that's a great
self-acceptance, but
point.
also wanting to not be too comfortable and strive to be better and do better. I don't know. I grapple with that.
From a good place. Like it's not
Yeah.
out of hate, not hate, that's not the right word. It's not out of you being down on yourself and be like,
Right.
I gotta do this because I hate the
Yeah.
way I am right now. And
Right.
I don't want to use the word hate, but that's the only thing I can think of right now. But it's more of okay, accepting it, not
Right.
letting it get you down, but say, okay, I'll do better. I can, and you can. We can
Yeah.
do better. Always. There's always room for improvement.
Right.
And where you are right now, wherever you are, you're fine the way you are. And if you want to do better, great.
Right. And it's that line of like being happy where I'm at, but wanting to be better. So if I want to be better, then how can I be happy where I'm at? Because I don't know. Like, it's like a delicate balance of, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I get it. That makes sense. It's true. So what I do now, I let the thoughts happen. I don't stop it of anything that I start judging myself. But then I talk to myself in my head. I give myself love, like a loving parent, just for the not being able to speak right. I told myself, well, that's okay, that I think the negative thing, and then I'm like, yeah, but that's, you've always been that way, and if you want to improve, uh, go take speech classes, or I mean, you can
Right at the
improve.
source.
Yeah. um I also feel like it may be a gift, because I am that way. I sometimes feel like, um I get on a roll of speaking something, but they're not my thoughts. I feel like it's from God. And then in that time, I don't pause, and I
Mm.
don't, because it's just flowing out of me. And I feel like that may be a great thing, that I normally, if I'm in my head trying to
Mm.
say something, I'm always pausing and thinking of the words. But if I just let go and let God, it flows right out, and I'm not even thinking of it. So um it's like a good decipher of when I'm too much me talking versus letting the spirit flow through me. And
I love that. And how would you know otherwise?
how would I
If
know
I mean,
otherwise?
in your case, with this.
Yes,
I love
that's
that.
right.
See, that's a great
And
reframe. That is good.
yeah, so that was just an example, of that. And then for a physical thing, I have two kids. I don't have any stretch marks, but I do have, like, on the side of my tummy, I have a little bit of a extra bump, flap. I don't know what you want to call it. And I was like, oh, it's not nice and tight. It's a little loose right there. And like, that's because you brought life into this world, and you have two amazing people, and that's just a reminder of what you've done, your body has done, what my body has done. And and I embrace it. But at first I was judging it, and then I'm like, no,
Mm.
it's okay. So
Okay.
reframing.
Yes,
we're
lots of
all we're all,
reframing.
we're all okay. Reframing, reminding yourself that it's okay, we're okay.
Okay. Yeah. Like you were talking about the trees, I've seen some graphics before about the flowers, like the different flowers, and the sunflower doesn't say to the rose, like, oh, I wish I was red, or I don't know. Like, I
Yes,
love that
yes,
analogy of just accepting
yes,
and appreciating everybody's beauty, because we all are unique, and God made us that way, and to not love and appreciate that is kind of like disrespectful and to God. Like, we need to just love and embrace everybody with who they are, where they're at in their journey in life. And I have a
yes.
story that was so profound to me. An experience. I was working as a social worker, maybe 13 years ago, and so one of my coworkers, she was a therapist and a marriage and family therapist, and her name was Michelle, and she was the cutest thing. I adored her. We had a great friendship. She had a great personality. She was small and petite and just beautiful, but super smart, and just a wonderful woman. And yeah, I really enjoyed her. She just was beautiful. And she through our conversations and relationships, she had said she wasn't happy about her boobs, and she wanted a boob job. And I was like, you are amazing, like, why would you not be happy about that? And she ended up getting a boob job, and then she wanted Botox because she had a wrinkle here, a wrinkle there. And I felt so sad for her that she just didn't accept herself as she was, And that was like a warning sign for me. Are you frozen? You're frozen. Okay, we just took a 30-minute break because internet failed and kicked us off. And it kind of turned out good because one, I had to go to the bathroom. Two, I desperately needed to eat some ice, in which I ate my whole cup of ice. But most importantly, Michelle is recording in the park. And how hot is it over there?
It's 86 degrees and it's 10 o'clock in the morning. So I needed to go get some water.
She had her coffee, but she needed water. As I'm like munching on my ice,
Yeah.
she's like, I need water. So we're back.
Yeah.
Thanks for bearing with us. But where I left off was sharing it was a profound experience. Sometimes, we experience these things where it just sticks with us. When my beautiful coworker, she felt like she needed a boob job, and then she wanted to get Botox. And I just felt like, where does it start and stop? Like, she was beautiful before. And it reminds me of another friend I had. So beautiful, beautiful soul. She was my sister wife in Sacramento before we moved, and we had a great friendship. And she ended up getting gastric bypass surgery and lost 100 pounds. And sad to say, I didn't see her fat in the first place. And after she lost 100 pounds, I saw her the same. Like, I was like, it was this weird thing. I'm like, I knew she learned. Remember that movie Shallow Hal?
I thought of that. Yes.
Where you see the person as,
Yes.
I was like, you were beautiful before. Like, good for you for losing the weight, but I don't know. So I think the important thing is for us to learn how to accept ourselves and love ourselves for how we are. Because I was thinking about that during our break too, is the beauty market, the beauty industry, like, is ridiculous and exploits women's insecurities. And, this, you know, age defying this and age defying that, and just, always exploiting our insecurities. Or we need to embrace it and love ourselves and try to be better, with whatever we want to get better at, but learn to love ourselves through the process.
Yeah, and like you said, where does it stop? If you're there, me too. In my 20s, me being depressed, and just, if you're not happy on the inside, whatever you do on the outside, you're trying to help, but it's the inside that needs work, not the outside. And I wanted all those things too. In my 20s, I wanted a boob job, and I wanted lip stuff, and if I got all those, I still wouldn't have been happy. It would have been something else. And then now I'm grateful I didn't get any of those, because I mean, I heard if you get a boob job, you need to like keep getting boob jobs because they like expire or something, and it's something foreign in your body. You got to take it out and put another one in, and it's like a constant. I mean, it's like every 10 years you have to go in and get a new one, or else that's what I heard.
Hazardous or something.
Yeah. And so and then, like I said, if I got all that, then what? I mean, I still wouldn't have been happy. You think it's gonna make you, oh, if only 10 more pounds, or
right,
all that. And it's the inside that needs the makeover, not the outside.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's all in the mindset. We create our reality, and I don't want to sound all woo woo or anything, but it's all in your head. If you're not happy, nothing's around you is gonna make you happy. It's gotta come from within.
Yeah, I agree. And this so I've kind of experienced, I don't know, so when I fast often. I love the practice of spiritual fasting. We should do a whole podcast about that. Ooh, so when I fast, I juice, and so I could do a juicing segment. I love juicing. So I go for periods of time without eating, and I just juice, and it's transformative. Like, there's so many benefits to it. It's cleansing, and a, a result of that,
Juice, like orange
juicing.
juice.
I make a lot of different juices. So my favorite is called Australian Golds. So I saw this video, this documentary on Netflix years ago. I think I started juicing in 2000. Oh my gosh, actually, I started juicing in 2015 after Daddy died. I was so depressed. I saw this documentary. It's called I think it's called Reboot with Joe, I think, Joe Cross. And I was like, you know what? I need to do something. Like, I was drinking a lot. I was in this slump, and I started juicing, and it brought me out of it because it's just a surge of micronutrients. It's so healthy for your body. And then as I got along in my spirituality path, and I just incorporated it with my spiritual walk, and juiced and fasted and read the Bible and got some incredible insights and clarity. Like, there's so many health benefits to juicing. Another topic for another episode.
Mm-hmm.
But so one of the things actually is you lose a lot of weight. Obviously, if you're not eating, you're losing a lot of weight. And so when I would go into a fast, I'd weigh myself and see where I started. And then, like, every few days, I weigh myself, and I lost about like 2 pounds a day for however long I fasted. And then it started switching for me, like, oh, how much weight did I lose now? How much weight did I lose now? Like, I had to stop weighing myself because that was not the intention of going into the fast, but it kind of took over and was exciting and good. But then if I only lost 1 pound that day, then I'd feel like, oh, it was only 1 pound. And I said, I can't, I'm not going to go down this road. Like, this is not what it's about. This is a benefit. And so this new journey that I'm on with, like, kind of the next level of life, I guess. I talked about it last episode with my blue chip at Celebrate Recovery and wanting to just do better and be better. And this next level, this next chapter, this next journey, whatever, I'm thinking like, okay, I do want to lose weight, but I don't want to lose weight. I want to get healthy. Like, I don't want it to be this fast track thing.
Vanity.
Like, I want it to be, I want to get in healthy habits, however long it takes. I want to be more intentional with exercise and movement, and what I'm eating and consuming, and not it be like this fad diet thing or this, program or whatever. So yeah, it's important mindset. Like, that's what it is. We need to think about it in healthy terms in our mind and constantly remind ourselves, because it can easily veer off the other way. And like, no, back on track, Desiree, back on track. Get healthy. That's it.
Yes.
Not lose weight, just get healthy.
Right. And then the weight will be a side effect
right
of just being healthy. Yeah. And looking at yourself as something you like, taking care of a plant, or like taking care of nurturing yourself with healthy things that versus looking a certain way.
Right.
I don't have a scale. I don't own a scale because I obsessed over it. I would go throughout the day, weigh myself, and see, am I there yet? Even though I weighed myself, anytime I went to the bathroom, I would weigh myself as if I would magically see the number that I wanted. And it's not good. So I don't have one. I don't own one because I get obsessive over it. And I understand.
And that's another point about self-awareness. We all
Mhm.
have our own issues and stuff, and being like proactive in our journey of, like you said, like you got rid of social media. It was messing with your mind. You did, like, you're
Mhm.
protecting that. And the scale, it's harmless, whatever, who cares, but it wasn't healthy for you. And so why have
Right.
that in your house? Like, being
Yeah.
proactive and intentional in our lives, and knowing where our triggers are and what our challenges are, and making sure that we tend to them.
Right. Tend to
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love
Um,
that.
taking care of yourself because you're all you got.
Yeah. And you're the only one who's going to do it. No one else is going to do it
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah. Yeah. You're always with yourself, so you might as well love it.
Yes. Right. Do you have any more thoughts about insecurities? So many thoughts.
Um, no, my main thing is with that is uh it's reprogramming our mind because it's it started from childhood. Uh when we're children, that's when all our opinions of ourselves and the world uh develop. We go from, like I said, from the being carefree toddlers to
Mm.
growing up in society and society showing us what's good and what's bad, and that forms our opinions of everything. So it's just re re-raising yourself,
Right.
retraining, it's all in the mindset, programming your brain on the right things
Right.
versus letting society raise you, because
Right.
that's where it all started. So once you're grown and you know better, um,
Do
it's
better.
re-raising yourself. Yeah,
Yeah. Renewal of the mind. Yes.
yeah, reprogramming. So
Absolutely. And it's a
constantly,
difficult process. Yeah.
yeah, it's a constant reminding myself. No, wait, it's this, not that. It's yeah, but I think I said it before because you were like, isn't that exhausting? Because I said it's a constant redirect, and I said no, it's what's more exhausting is keeping that record playing, keeping that loop is going further down into all those crazy thoughts. That's more exhausting than redirecting your mind because in either scenario you're in your head. So
Right. Address the
yeah.
issues.
Hmm.
I would say I'm the queen of reframe. I've done it
Oh,
well
that's great.
I've done it well my whole life. Um, I think that's where my strength of positivity comes to. Like, I just focus on the good. But I've learned that has been a weakness. Like, if you implement your strength, if you use your strength too much, it can become a weakness. And I didn't address things in my life that I needed to address. I was just focusing on the positive. And so I'm that's where I'm at in my journey, I guess, is trying to discern through all of that, I guess. Um,
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah. Yeah. So I didn't even know. I was just focusing on the positive, and then that I wasn't addressing the need. Yeah. I just was, yeah. I don't know. We talked a little bit about that, you and I personally, just recently, actually. Maybe we can dig more into that another time too. I don't know what to say about that. So I don't know how to wrap my head around it. But
I think you
yeah.
did mention it last episode of you're a pleaser, so um you just want to make other people happy and make sure everything is good instead of addressing whatever issue.
Yeah. So in Celebrate Recovery, I'm in doing the step study with a women's group, and we do this moral inventory, and it's actually been so exhausting. You go through and think about all the different people and instances and events in your life that uh, that hurt you or give you resentment, or um, that has been exhausting, and processing all of that. And the goal of that is to see how, I was thinking about EMDR, like EMDR, like gets you to that place quickly. This is like another modality, I guess, through a recovery program, or a different way to go about it. But I've processed a lot of this stuff in my life through the years. But the goal of it is to see exactly what you had just said. The goal of it is to see how these things have influenced you and contributed to your thought process, lies that you're telling yourself,
Right.
lies, just unhealthy coping skills that you've developed through these things. And so, yeah, it's been a journey for sure. I'm right in the thick of it and discovering stuff about myself along the way. And that is one thing that's been illuminated to me over this past year and a half or so, is that I, oh, that's actually something. I'm not a people pleaser. I don't say that. I don't think I'm a people pleaser. I think I have healthy boundaries with people, except for people have intimate relationships with, like people I'm really close with.
There-
Michelle, are you frozen? Okay, well, here we are. Michelle's phone got hot in California. And so
Yeah.
we're going to wrap up here. I think it was about wrap up time, anyways. And we can continue this conversation next week. And we would love your feedback, your input. And remember, if you subscribe to the channel, then you'll get updates and alerts every time a new video comes out. So you can subscribe so you don't miss one. And we're looking forward to the next conversation.